Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we are here once again. Welcome to the Big Time Show podcast that is being seen and heard everywhere, especially on Podbean and, of course, here on Facebook on the Big Time Show page channel as well as my personal page. It's also being seen on the Spotlight Sports Network page as well, both YouTube and Facebook. What is going on in here tonight? I am on the Twitter homepage, I believe, of the Spotlight Sports Network page, as well as on Twitch at my page at Big Time underscore 73. I'm on my personal Twitter page as well. I'm everywhere. And of course, before this night is over with, this show will be uploaded to all the various platforms that carry podcasts, such as Pandora, iHeartRadio, um, and Spotify, Google Podcasts, LinkedIn, so many others that carry the show. I don't know how y'all feel about it. While y'all popping in here, go ahead and share real quick. Will not be long because I hate to be saying the same old things, but that's really what it's all about, y'all. It's the same old things. I'll get into that in just a second. Uh, hope that you would share this, as I said before. Hope that you would do that. Hang with your boy real quick and help me out in that area. Oh, I forgot my banner. All right. Well, there it is. Okay. These are all the ways you can help me in my podcast that you see on the ticker. What's going on? Let me speak to everybody as we go. Miss Ty's on Podbean. What is going on? Let me speak to everybody that I see so far. Damon, what's up, man? Coach Marv is in the house. Joe, Joe. What's up, Joe? And I got some more folks in here that's just looking at me, but they ain't speaking. So I can't tell you who you are, but hello to you as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm still sharing with some of my pages now. Um, I know y'all happy. You know, you shouldn't be surprised by now. You know, during this time, the identity is set. I mean, we done played 7 ball games. By now, it's set. You are what you are. The identity is set, and because we've looked at our identity over these last 7 weeks, you would realize that we are what we are. And to me, may not be to all y'all, but to me, because I got a lot of Cowboy fans. What's up, Travis? I see you. To me, we're pretty good. That's all I want to say. I mean, I'm gonna start it off right there. Who in the NFC? And I know I might have some Eagle fans that probably gonna pop in here. But the Eagles don't scare me. The Eagles don't scare me at all. They don't. Nobody else in the NFC scares me. Nobody. 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 I think the NFC this year is wide open because the usual suspects that are at the top are really struggling. When I say that, that's Tampa and Green Bay, who always, and it's still early. Okay. It's still early. Teams get hot and people can, get to it. But as of right now, nobody scares me. Nobody. However, let me go and say this. They should uh, be scared of the Dallas Cowboys. And no doubt about that, y'all. It's no question. It's no question by now. How much more evidence do we need to see? And then some, I don't have some smart aleck talking about, well, you played the Lions, you know. Well, the part that you're not saying is that the Lions coming into the game were the number one offense in the league. Now all of a sudden, because we beat their brains out, now all of a sudden the Lions weren't all that. It's amazing to me that when the Cowboys beat up on somebody, now previous to kickoff, they're good. And then when kickoff start, they're not good. Or after the game, they weren't good. It's amazing to me. They put 35 points up against Philadelphia. I wish my defense would give up 35 points. You're not scoring. You're not scoring. I mean, I don't know what else you got to see. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't know what else do we have to do. This defense, even though we're not great against the run. And you know something, I want to show y'all something. I totally forgot about this. Y'all give me a moment. I want to show y'all this. Y'all give me a moment. We're not great against the run. Okay. We're not. We're not great against the run. But don't let the narratives fool you. Okay. Y'all let me get this together. I want to show y'all something. Because see, if you keep listening to the narrative that everybody else is saying, you'll really believe that we're not, what we are. Okay. I want to show y'all something. It's not about the narrative. It's about how do you change the narrative. Okay. I want to show y'all something. Let me set it up. And I want y'all to read it because most of y'all, it's my job to come with some, some facts on my show. I call myself responsible and truthful at the same time. And I just want to show y'all this if I can get it. Okay. Yeah, that's what I need. Okay. I want to show y'all something here. And this is what's going to kind of shut some of this narrative down, y'all. Because if you keep listening to ESPN, if you keep listening to the haters, if you keep listening to all them, you're gonna get messed up. And I hope I can do this. Yeah. Okay. I want to show y'all this. I want to show y'all this. I want to show y'all this. Can y'all see that? Well, I ain't brought it in yet. I'm about to bring it in. I want to show y'all this. All right, just don't worry about all this stuff. I totally forgot about putting it out in my email. I want to show y'all this. This is the Cowboys 22 run defense. Look at this, y'all. The Outlaw Cowboy wrote this. They have allowed 2 rushing touchdowns in 7 games. That's second best in the NFL. Y'all see that? This is our rushing defense now. This is the 2022 run defense. Look at this, y'all. Has allowed 2 rushing TDs in 7 games, second best in the NFL. Has only allowed 3.7 yards per rush over the last 3 games, which is third best in the NFL. But you keep listening to the narrative, you think that we can gas for 150 yards every game. Look at this. Tied for 15th in the yards per rush against. And he says it's not nearly the issue many of you making it out to be. That is the truth, y'all. I mean, one thing you can't argue with is the stats. Now, we can get into this debate about timely body running and all that kind of stuff. But the stats are speaking for itself, y'all. Look at this. I'm going to read it one more time. They have allowed 2 rushing TDs in the last 7 games. That's second best in the league. They have allowed only 3.7 yards per rush over the last 3 games. That's third best in the NFL. And in the last 3 games, they tied for 15th in yards per rush against. Ladies and gentlemen, I come to tell y'all tonight that the run defense really ain't as bad as everybody's saying it is. Now, I mean, could it be better in timely areas? Could we be better on first down and second down? Of course. But you got to stop listening to these folks talking about what we not and start looking at it how it is. This defense is smoking right now. I ain't gonna even talk about the obvious stuff. Cause see, once you get down against us, you through. I don't care who the quarterback is. I don't care what team it is. I don't care, I don't care if it's the AFC Pro Bowl team. Do you understand what I'm saying? This pass rush is unstoppable. Why? Because there's too many of them coming. As soon as one sit down, here come another one coming out the cage off the bench. It is loaded. We loaded. I mean, we are loaded. We got killers. They're not even starters who are hungry, and they're showing you that. Need I remind you of Sam Williams yesterday? He ain't had that many snaps. Hello. I mean, good Lord. And he just coming into his own. He's still learning the game. He's learning the game. He's just not really getting consistent snaps on the field. And obviously, by the way he's playing, he's going to get a whole lot more. I don't have to say nothing about Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence. I ain't got to talk about that. Y'all already know. I shouldn't have to say anything about Dorrance Armstrong, who shows up every game, every week. I mean, this just the pass rushers. The interior is playing pretty decent. Okay? And I'll say this. The weak link of the defense so far are the linebackers, with the exception of Michael Parsons once he lines up there. Anthony Barr is solid, but he's still trying to figure it out. That's what it kind of looked like to me. But he's making some timely plays. Now, this is the one that – what's up, Steve? Let me tell you something. Here's the truth of the matter. And sooner or later, we're going to have to understand that some of these players are slowly changing the narrative that's put out about them. I'm speaking about LVE. LVE, to me, is the weak link of the offense. However, if you really tell the truth now, he's making some plays. He is. I want him gone, personally. I wanted him gone last year. But he is making plays. He is. He's flying around. Sometimes he fly so fast that he flies way out of the play, but he's making some plays. He is. I got to give him credit. The secondary, big loss, of course, with Jordan Lewis gone, but it's a blessing in disguise. Number one, because Mr. Bland is going to play now. And we all like Bland. I think it makes look, it ain't no drop off. It's not a drop off. I like Bland playing. I was saying all the time he need more time. I hate it's at the expense of Jordan Lewis being hurt. I hate that. But let's be realistic, y'all. This defense is loaded. I ain't got to say nothing about the secondary. Good God, Curse is playing great. You can tell you can still tell he not all the way there. You can tell that. You know what I'm saying? You can tell he's not all there, but he's still effective. And I'm gonna go and tell y'all now, Hooker is playing well. But let's be honest about this situation. Man, look, if Donovan Wilson is not a Pro Bowler this year, I mean, we got a little ways to go. I get it. But as of right now, if Donovan Wilson is not in the Pro Bowl, something's wrong. Who is playing better safety than him? Please show me. I mean, I know we got our usual suspects, Buda Baker out in Arizona, but what? I mean, I ain't watch Arizona, so I don't know what he's done. I really don't know, so I can't speak to it. I know Buda's a bad boy. Ain't no question about that. But please show me a better, somebody that's playing better than Donovan Wilson. I mean, he is everywhere. Everywhere. In the box, making plays in the secondary. He's physical, and he seemed to be always around the ball, as if we didn't know that about Donovan Wilson in the first place. Ever since he's been on the Cowboys, he stays around the football. That's all we're seeing. And I'm trying to figure out, where's the real weakness of this team right now. And the truth of the matter is, it has to be the run. Philly kind of exploited that, but everybody can't be Philly. So you got to have personnel. You got to have personnel to do what Philly does. And Philly, and we just had to figure it out. Once we came in that second half against Philly, we kind of locked in pretty good. So I'm really trying to figure out right now that you're not scoring a lot of points against this defense. Now you better try to stop us on offense, which right. I ain't got to the offensive side yet, but we're not explosive, but we can score. We're not explosive, y'all, but we can score. Oh, there's no question about that. Which is a condition to that, though. It is a condition to us scoring, and y'all already know what that is. Y'all already know, because y'all know me, and y'all already know I'm coming. You know who I'm fit to talk about in a minute. You know who I'm fit to talk about. You know I'm fit to talk about him. You know I'm about to talk about him, because once again, Kellen Moore, man. Look, Kellen Moore would make you just sit down and just scratch your head. Like, what are you doing, man? Like, and he just can't help himself. I've been telling y'all this for the last 3 years. I've been really saying this for a long period of time, because he's doing the same things that Scott Linehan did. That's his mentor. That was his coach. He's doing the same. We used to wonder this about Scott Linehan. We were shocked when he gave the ball to DeMarco Murray all them time that year. That was the only time where he went against his nature. Kellen Moore is Scott Linehan 2.0. That's what he is. And some things that he does, it really irritates you. First of all, what have I always said about about Kellen Moore? From the 20-yard line to the opposing 20, he's one of the best in the league. He is. He can move the football. He can. But I've also told y'all that he is the worst red zone play caller in the league. Some of y'all been with me. Y'all already know I've been preaching this for years. He is the worst red zone play caller in the league. We saw it last night. We saw it yesterday. Why you run these dang reverses? Huh? Why you just not figuring out? He finally did something that I believe. Let me see. Coach Marv is somewhere. He's on here or he on Podbean. Let me make sure. Yep, Coach Marv on Podbean. I see him. He finally figured out to throw the ball at the backfield to the running backs. Finally. You want to see how effective Pollard can be? Throw it to him out the backfield. Y'all saw that. You need to say it more often, though. It just makes no sense. I don't understand. Why does he get to the 20-yard line and then want to be the perfect experimentation of going into his bag? When you got something rolling, you just don't need to cute it up. You don't need to go finesse. Why are you in an empty set shotgun? Why? When you're running the ball so well. Why are you doing that? You don't have to get cute. Run the ball, man. I will give him credit though, because he did something twice that I'm definitely not used to seeing. We're on the 1 yard line or the 2 yard line. He lines up in a heavy set and he gives the ball to Ezekiel Elliott. He got 2 touchdowns out of it. Don't sound like it's too hard to understand, but for this guy, it's shocking to see him line up at the goal line in a heavy set and say, we're going to run right up the middle. We're going to give it to Zeke. He should be able to get 2 yards. I don't know why it's so hard. I don't understand it. But I give him credit because he did it twice yesterday. Some of these play calls that he does, and he has them every game. He still try to turn finesse because that's what he is. He is not a physical offensive coordinator. I've been trying to tell y'all for a long time. He is a finesse offensive play caller. That's what he is. He's finesse. He does not allow guys to impose their will on people. Now, let me say this. In fairness to Kellen Moore, in fairness, y'all, it's hard to go against him on a day like today, other than those timely calls that make you scratch your head and be like, dude, what in God's name are you doing here? Everybody could see that. Okay? But the reason why it's kind of hard to argue Kellen Moore completely is because of this. I don't count Dak Prescott's rushes. So he had 3 rushes for no yards. I think he had 1 2-yard gain. I don't even count those were scrambles. CD, that reverse he ran, we got knocked back for 4 yards. That was totally unnecessary. Turpin did the same play and got 3 yards out of it. I believe that was the first play. But, brother, I've told y'all that when Dak Prescott comes back, let's look at the total amount of carries for Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott had 15 carries yesterday. Tony Pollard had 12. Now, Tony Pollard is a little different because out of those 12 carries, he's going to bust at least 2 of them. And he's going to gain chunk yardage. And before you know it, he'll have 12 carries like he had for 83 yards. Zeke Elliott is a grinder. They always just run him up the middle. Saw a couple plays where he finally got outside. They finally called a few plays outside, but other than that, they just run him up the middle. 15 carries for 57 yards for Zeke Elliott. So between Pollard, Zeke Elliott, Turpin, and Lamb, that equals 29 carries. Not bad. That's about what he's doing. Okay, let's be fair. Everybody, most people thought that Dak Prescott was going to come, including myself. I including myself. I thought that Dak Prescott was going to come and throw it at least 30 times. He was 19 for 25. He threw it only 25 times. Which means, ladies and gentlemen, Kellen Moore was faithful to these last, 5 weeks or so. He was. I can't take it from him. He was faithful to the concept and the game plan of running. He didn't abandon the run like I thought he would. But I just thought he couldn't help himself. He actually did what he was supposed to do. Dak only threw the ball 25 times. That's it. I was shocked. I at least thought he was going to get 30 out of it. I was shocked. Zeke Elliott, 15 carries. That's just about what I said on the game, on the pregame show I did. I said he's going to get about 15 carries. I said Pollard's going to get about 8. I'm glad to see that I was wrong. I'll admit to you, I was wrong. I was wrong. He kept the same game plan. Kellen Moore does deserve some credit. I don't give him credit for these crazy play calls trying to be cute. He just can't help himself. But I will give him credit because he did do what most of us pretty much had begged him to do for years, but particularly when Dak Prescott came back. Now, let me throw this in real quick. Joe says West Coast said we should trade Armstrong for a better linebacker. Do you agree? No, I do not agree. Why am I going to trade killers off this team? Armstrong is a legitimate killer. I'm not trading good bullets away. That Armstrong is a reason why this defense is what it is. I don't want to take nothing away from our defense. Nothing. Dorrance Armstrong is a killer. I'm not trading away one of our obvious weapons just to go get a middle linebacker who you getting? Come on. Who are you getting? Who? If you're telling me Roquan Smith who's playing tonight, like everybody is saying, we may have to sit down and talk. But I'm kind of skeptical on that. I don't want to trade this defense. I'm ready to ride it out with them the whole way because I already see what's getting ready to go down. I think Steven put it in there. Clark is on his way back. Probably will be activated, but even on that, they're going to be using him kind of on a pitch count, even if he does come back. He'll be starting special teams. They're moving him around and move him in, but it ain't like he started the whole play. See, you start talking about trading the Dorrance Armstrong. What are you getting in return? I could care less about picks. You see what I'm saying? See, the Cowboys love picks. They love that. But I personally, I don't care for it. If I got to trade away one of my bullets, good bullets, and Dorrance Armstrong away, I got to be getting another bullet in return. That's just me. So in other words, I wouldn't even entertain it, period. Bruce says, I think we should make a trade for a wide receiver, if anything. Nah, I don't think so. See, this the part, and thank you, Bruce. This leads straight into this portion of the show for all the Dak haters. You see, I saw all of this yap today about Dak Prescott not doing this, not doing that. But these are the same folks that said he need to come back and play like Cooper Rush. Okay. Although he's better than Cooper Rush. Let's look at the stats again, since that's what y'all said. Dak Prescott only had 19 of 25 for 207 yards. Had one touchdown. It sounds like Cooper Rush numbers to me, right? Huh? What else do y'all want? Come on. What? See the goalposts keep changing with Dak in there. You ask for him to play just like Cooper Rush. That's what Cooper Rush was averaging. Right under the 100 yards, 102 yards. That he get 200 yards. Y'all want Dak to come straight in and throw for 350 and throw for 4 touchdowns. And y'all keep forgetting it's kind of hard to come back and play quarterback after you've been out a whole month. Y'all, come on now. It's just so disrespectful. We won. They blew him out 24-6. Some of y'all saying we supposed to put 40 up on them. What I mean, come on. Now when you running the ball, you don't. Time of possession. I don't understand. I understand it, but it's getting a little bit ridiculous now. It really is. It really is. It really is getting ridiculous with Dak. Folks really thought that Dak's supposed to come out here and throw 400 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, what Dak Prescott QBR rating yesterday? 114. I mean, what else you want him to do? What, you want to be perfect? Listen to this, y'all. I don't know if y'all broke it down, but in the second half, Dak was 10 out of 11 for 102 yards. 1 touchdown. I guess y'all gonna say he should have went 11 for 11. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. I guess that's what y'all. I mean, I don't know what else you want. I mean, he went 10 for 11 in the second half because he kind of got settled. Huh? He got. I mean, what else do you want? 10 for 11, 1 touchdown. He missed 1 pass. Hello. What else do you want? Y'all get excited about the almost. Yeah, he threw some passes that he was just trying stuff out. Or he didn't see. However way, stuff should have been intercepted, but it was not. Y'all want to act like they picked it off. They didn't pick it off. Y'all, I mean, hey, you heard what he said. He said he was testing, he was overconfident. He thought he can zip it in there. Hey. They didn't pick it off. I'm trying to figure out what else the goalposts keep moving. I mean, he play like Rush. Okay, he did that. There wasn't no problem in the game. Blowout. Ran the ball, played good defense. He only threw it 25 times with a controlled passing game, I may add. He really wasn't throwing down the field. He really wasn't throwing down the field. He was throwing, pretty much short passes. He hit CeeDee Lamb on a crossing pattern. That pattern that he ran. Did a little run after the catch. I don't understand it. I mean, I don't understand it. They just told you he didn't really practice. He only had one practice trying to get his timing back. I mean, it's hard for a quarterback in this league to get back to the game speed of the game. You just don't jump right back out there, y'all. This is not bad in 23. This is real life. This is real life. You don't miss a month of football. Over a month of football, no matter how engaged you are in meetings, no matter how engaged you are in pregame, all that, in film study, it's a whole different animal when the live bullets start coming your way. And I just don't understand how everybody's holding him to the greatest of all time type standards when he missed a month. He's going to get better and better, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to get better and better. All Kellen Moore has to do is keep this same game plan going and play defense like we've been doing. That's all that got to happen. Cowboys are going to win a lot of games like this. They're going to win a lot of games like this, y'all. I don't know what that means. But they're going to win a whole lot of games playing like this. I don't care who it is. Your quarterback is in trouble playing against the Dallas Cowboys. Because sooner or later, we're going to make you play our game. And when you play our game, your quarterback is going to have 5 sacks, just like yesterday. Your quarterback is going to get hit. Your quarterback is going to get pressured. Your quarterback is going to get rid of the ball more quicker than what he really wanted to. And Diggs going to catch another interception. It's not just, look, when y'all come on my show, I almost sound like a broken record, don't I? It's Kellen Moore. I told y'all Kellen Moore holds the key to the Dallas Cowboys offense as well as the defense and as well as the special teams. Speaking of that, let me put a pause there. It's not gonna be long, y'all. Turpin is there a better look? I'm sorry. Is there a better punt returner in the league right now? Seriously. He gonna bust one eventually. It's got to happen. It's gonna happen. He is a game changer, and I don't know why people keep kicking it to him. I don't see what This dude is lethal. He is. So when you're good defensively, great. We're elite. We have an elite defense. Then we have a pretty good special teams unit. I'm convinced, y'all, that if you can win 2 out of the 3 departments in a football game and dominate them, you're gonna win a whole lot of football games. Bones from the return game to the punt block game to having a Pro Bowl punter, we are dominant on special teams. We don't talk about that much because it ain't sexy. But we're dominant on special teams. Ain't nobody returning no kicks against us. We getting down to that so fast, it's just unbelievable. And on a separate note, I'm just calling like I see it, y'all. Now, I've been around, and I don't know who else in here. I'm 49 years old. Coach Marv may be the only one that's in here that can talk about the 90s Cowboys and remember it. Some of y'all too young. Y'all just heard about it. Y'all don't remember it though. Y'all were children when the Cowboys were winning. Some of y'all was about 6 years old, when the Cowboys won, last one in 95. But a lot of us we go back to the 70s. I'm going to tell y'all this because I've seen it. I don't remember except maybe the 92 Cowboys. I don't remember a team that is so fast like this. The speed on this defense, man, is just it's different. And I ain't just talking about Michael Parsons. I'm talking about, have we seen D-Law this healthy? Have we seen D-Law this healthy? How long has this been? And make no mistake about it, when he's healthy, he's lightning. Dorrance Armstrong, lightning. Fowler, lightning. Sam Williams, lightning. Parsons, lightning. And we ain't got to Terrell Basham, who I hear may be traded as well. I read that today. I don't want them trading nobody off defense. I want every killer to get a shot. I want Basham. I want Basham right there. I want Basham playing. I want Armstrong playing. I want Gallup. I want all these killers to keep playing. We ain't been this deep since 92. Where you got almost a whole second defense. We ain't been this deep. We weren't this deep in 95. We were this deep in 92 and 93. That's what Jimmy Johnson built. Jimmy Johnson built that thing. Jimmy Johnson built that team off speed. And speed kills. It always has. It always will. Now, when you mix that in with some guys who got some attitude with their speed, you're going to win a lot of ball games. I'm just telling y'all. I ain't making no predictions. I'm just telling y'all it's going to have to take something to really beat us. I don't think the Cowboys are going to go undefeated the rest of the way. I don't think so. But I don't see them losing too many. I'm just telling y'all the truth, man. These guys are locked in. Now, with Dak back, the offense is going to pick up. There's no question about that. Some of the plays, I know y'all Cooper Rush fans. I'm a Rush fan too. Good. But I'm also a Dak Prescott fan. A lot of plays that Rush could not make, Dak will. You saw that starting off. Cooper Rush is a traditional backup, not the backup quarterback. I want to say that. He's a traditional drop back quarterback. 3-step drop, 5-step drop, sometimes 7-step drop. He's not a bootleg, get out on the edges type quarterback. He's not. Dak Prescott is. You saw that starting off yesterday. Do y'all understand how dangerous that is? How dangerous that can be? Dak can do that. That's what you saw yesterday. Okay? I don't know what this hate for, but I know why, but I ain't gonna even say that because y'all know y'all get me in trouble. Y'all have me off Facebook. What's up, Glenn? I see you on Podbean. It's unbelievable the hate toward Dak, but why you hating? Why you hating and thinking that Cooper Rush need to play and all that kind of stuff? Please understand Dak did exactly. He said it himself. He said he learned. He learned. Now, here's the thing that we don't know. We don't know because we had to go on the field to hear that. But I'd be very interested to hear what Dak did while he was changing plays. Here's my only question. Did he change a passing play into a running play? See, that's the only thing I got left. That's the only thing I got left. Dak has the power and usually Dak would change plays from a running play to a passing play. I'm interested to know how many plays did he change and turned it back into a running play. That'll tell me all I need to know, to be honest with you. Because, see, like I told y'all before, see, Dak would see 8-man boxes last year, and he'll have Cooper, he'll have Lamb and Gallup, and he'll have them one-on-one. And I'm not going to knock that because, I would take a chance with Amari Cooper one-on-one. I would take a chance with CD one-on-one. But it's about imposing your will, a style of offense that you're trying to implement. And Dak would change the play, and before you know it, he done changed 5 or 6 other plays. He done throw for 35 times in the game. Yesterday, he saw the 8-man box, something that Ezekiel Elliott has seen all his life, especially since high school. Ezekiel Elliott has never had a light box to run through. So Ezekiel Elliott knows how to run behind an 8-man box. You see what I'm saying? He kept it simple. Run the ball. I believe he changed some plays yesterday. I wish I had some stats on that. I wish I could find out about that. Because that would tell me how much he learned. That no matter what the box look like, we're going to run it anyway. What's up, JD? I see you popping in here. I don't like Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks can't stay on the field, JD. Only thing that he can do is stretch the field. I give him that, which may be something that we need, but you could do that with Turpin. I mean, if you just want somebody to take the top off of defense, put Turpin in it. Just let him run. He may never get the ball, but he gonna take the top off the defense. See, it's still some things Kellen Moore ain't done yet. I don't know. Just be grateful for what he's doing. It's climbing steps. He's climbing steps. Okay. Yeah. Stephen White, who's a fan of Cooper Rush. My favorite band is Rush. My favorite number is 10. My team is Dallas. Cooper was 4th on the chart and got the bag up job. I got my first jersey last year. 10 Rush. He's our Rudy. Well, he's earned the right to where we're comfortable if he ever gets back in. As long as Dak Prescott is healthy, you won't see him. It's just that simple. Bruce, I like Jerry Jeudy because he's a Dak type receiver. I've always said Dak needs route runners for his receivers. You don't need to go one-on-one jump ball type receiver. That's why him and Dez struggle a little bit. This is not. He needs guys. He needs a Amari Cooper type. Jerry Jeudy is one of those type of dudes, but Jerry Jeudy can't stay healthy either. That's why he'll be cheap, Bruce, because he can't stay healthy. He can't. JD says he's been very underrated over the years. Look at his production. He's been very consistent over the years, get past the times he got concussed. You can see what I mean. Well, that's the problem. He just can't stay on the field. When he get concussed, he stays off 4-5 weeks. We can't afford to be signing guys that stay hurt. I mean, and if we get them, what are you giving up for them? See what I'm saying? I can't do that. Vincent Coleman, you're absolutely right. That's what I said earlier. He said we got to tighten up the middle of the field. LV and Barr are too slow. LVE now, Vince. I ain't a gigantic fan of him, but he has been better. Let me just say that. He has been better. He has been. LVE has made some plays now. We gotta call it like it is. He has made some plays. He's not getting destroyed. He's getting caught up in a lot of trash now. I will say that. He has been, he's been better. He was not the disaster that he was last year. LVE he's been around the football. He had a good game yesterday. We gotta be fair. We gotta be fair. Can we be better? Of course. But he ain't been trash. Not complete trash. Let me put it that way. What'd you say, Steven? But Dak can carry a team. Rush can manage the team with a cool head. I don't know. His last game, he had a bad game, but previous to that, he was pretty cool. I'll give you that. We can't dismiss what he did against Philadelphia, though. Gotta be fair. He threw 3 picks. That's not good. Not good. Coach Breedlove, tackles are the first line of run defense, and the double team is causing us to give up too much on the ground. Now, I got coaches in here now, and so, yeah. Coach Breedlove said we're giving them too much on the ground because of the double teams that are there. Well, what do y'all categorize Dallas as a defense? I mean, we're not Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Nada and Terrell Suggs type defense. I mean, just smothering type defense. We're not that. But we're incredibly, I'm not even saying opportunistic. I don't know how to really. I just know we're dangerous. We're not smoldering type D. Well, I guess that's wrong too. Let me stop myself. We are smoldering. We are. I'm gonna take that back. We are. We're smoldering type defense. Because when we get you where we want you, you're gonna pay the price. It's just that we're not as dominant against the run. That's the last hurdle for this defense. They're dominant against the pass. They're dominant against um, as far as getting sacks. They're dominant as far as getting pressures. They're dominant in hitting the quarterback. I mean, they're dominant. I mean, we just hadn't we're just not the Baltimore Raven type defense where you ain't even getting nothing for the run. You know, those type defense. JD is really JD is really campaigning for, I believe he's for Mr. Cooks. You say you telling me we couldn't use this production on our offense? He's so underrated that people don't even know. 7 yards, 22, 28. There's so many numbers up here, JD. I can't really get it. I see that 90, 1,037. I think there's 11 touchdowns. There's so many numbers. It's kind of confusing. So, he's productive. I never said he wasn't. I just said that he stayed hurt. That's the only thing I said about him. But he's dangerous. He can blow the top off a defense. No question about that. Incredible lightning type speed, and he's a route runner. So yeah, he could fit. But I don't know what we trading, what we getting for him. What you giving up? Coach Bree loves his base 3-4 with walk down backers. Our speed, our backers can get to the hook curl and flats, so we can play multiple coverages. We need a knotted, lot of whole old nose for Green Bay. Yeah, because let's throw this in. Bohanna, is not. He started off on fire. I don't know if because of injury or whatever, but he's not doing what he was at the beginning. And I don't know if that's because of double teams. I ain't looked at all 22 yet for this week. I don't know if Gallimore is getting doubled like that. I just don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. But the defense is doing well. All right, now Coach McCarthy. The truth be told about Coach McCarthy is this, y'all. See, when you're in Dallas, everything is magnified. But the man did win 12 games last year. I don't even count the year Dak was hurt the whole year. I don't even count that. He's winning a lot of football games, y'all. And at some point, I understand we got to win, quote unquote, the game. I get that. I get it. I'm in agreement with you. But see, we need to be looking at this. Can I get, I've been saying this for years. Can I get 2 consecutive years that the Cowboys make the playoffs? You see what I'm saying? That's how crazy. Can we get at least 2 years in a row where we become regulars in the playoffs? Give me the chances, and sooner or later we're gonna push through. But if I'm going 1 year, and then I skip a year, and then I miss a year, and then I get it back in, that's the cow. When the last time we made the playoff 2 years in a row? When the last time? That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Coach McCarthy and see, that's the other part. We don't know what he done told Kellen Moore. Because this play calling is not Kellen Moore. It's not his style. It's not. Kellen Moore want to throw the ball so bad, you just see it. He want to do it so bad. Something has happened. I don't know if that means Coach McCarthy have got in his ear. I don't know if somebody. I don't know. We ain't in the building. We don't know if there's been a heavily emphasis on it. I will say, it's obvious that Coach McCarthy has realized what his most strongest unit is, and because his strongest unit is the defense, You have to adjust the way you call offense. So it might be Coach McCarthy. Regardless, we 5-2, y'all. We're 5-2. We weren't supposed to be 5-2 when Dak went down. We weren't supposed to be. Coach McCarthy deserves some credit. Coach McCarthy, yes. If you're gonna fire him for all that kind of stuff, then you have to give him credit for this start that we've had. He rallied the troops. He did. He rallied the troops with Cooper Rush playing. He rallied the troops. Everybody played well. We're 5-2. We got to give Coach McCarthy some credit tonight. We got to. Now I know what most of y'all gonna say. He got to do it in January. We got to do it in January. Well, when we get to January, we're worried about January. Right now, I'm worried about these Chicago Bears that I'm looking at on TV right now, and I'm just doing a little scouting. I'm looking. That's all I'm worried about. I ain't worried about Christmas Eve with Philadelphia. I ain't worried about Green Bay in a few weeks in Green Bay. I ain't worried about Minnesota after that. I ain't worried about that. I'm worried about Chicago Bears and how we gonna stomp a mud hole in them. They run the ball a whole lot, like I'm looking at some of y'all looking at it right now. They run the ball a lot. They got a dangerous quarterback that love to run the ball. He ain't seen no defense like ours. And hey, we gonna punish him too. Oh, there's no question. I started talking about Chicago on Saturday. I'm just looking right now. I'm just looking. I'm just looking. Now, if you want to take a negative, y'all, and I'm not saying it's a negative, it's called growing pains. Tyler Smith, I promise y'all, by Thanksgiving, Tyler Smith is gonna be so good that you guys are gonna be forgetting about how he's getting beat, by these speed guys. Because Hutchinson yesterday destroyed both of our tackles. Hutchinson destroyed Steele and he destroyed Tyler Smith. He's growing. He settled down in the second half, though. One thing about the kid, he may get beat a few times, but after that, he settles down. And you don't hear that person's name no more. See what I'm saying? He settled down in that second half. Y'all need to look at the two. I saw him knocking folks backwards. That's why I'm going to look at the all 22 so I can look at him and see exactly what he did. Because he was punishing people. I'm telling y'all before Thanksgiving, when it's over, what's up, Greg? When Thanksgiving come, Vincent said, and this is a real good question. Vincent said, do we leave him at tackle, though? Without space, I see him crushing. I ain't for changing stuff up, y'all. I'm sorry, Glenn. Thank you, Dad. I'm sorry. I ain't see all your comments here. Cowboys centric, but rarely you find yelling. Big card defense not top acceptable. Was run dominating an age of NFL sending to run game secondary. Good points, Glenn. Good points. JD just trying to sign anybody. JD says wouldn't hurt to look into renting Sue the rest of the year to show up our run day. Now that one there I would do. But that's all depending on how much fire does Sue have left. Like, does he want to play? Everybody, does he want to play? See, if you don't want to play, you don't need to come out. I don't know if he's ready to go. Or, I don't know. But he would surely help. I would like that. I would love getting Sue. Now, here's the dilemma. Everybody talking about Tyron Smith coming back. And if the kid is playing well, what you What you gonna move now for? Because you can't take him out the field. I mean, if you know how the Cowboys are loyal. You know, they loyal to their guys, which is one of the Achilles heel of the Cowboys. They're loyal to guys like Tyron Smith, Jason Witten, and Sean Lee. These guys, they can be gone for 10 weeks and come back and immediately take their spot back. But what if the kid is playing lights out football? I'm not touching that. I'm not touching it. If the kid is playing well, let him stay right where he is. Cowboys should be trying to get, I ain't saying get rid of him, because you can't get rid of him, but you should get this speech ready to say, hey, we moved on. If it's all about him playing left tackle, move his tail to guard. That's what y'all doing to Jason Peters. Move him to guard. Let Smith get out there. Tyron Smith can't even get out on screens no more, man. Come on now. Tyler Smith is pulling. Tyler Smith is getting out on screens, running like a running back, looking to destroy somebody. I mean, he just at this point can do things that Tyron Smith hadn't been able to do in the last 5-6 years. Listen, I'm not changing it with it. See, that's one of the things the Cowboys done. I'm going to open up the lines in just a second. Listen, I still got a problem with the way the Cowboys are shifting linemen in the game. My coaching, my thought process and my playing days was that you're supposed to get your best 5 and roll with them. You ain't got time to be experimenting like you switching out running backs and wide receivers. You run this play, you come in running. It messes with the whole continuity of the team. That's what we've been getting away with. I mean, we've been getting away, but I ain't for all that. Get your best 5 and let them roll, dog. They need to play together. You ain't got time for breaks. Let's see what Farrakhan can do. Let's see what Connor McGovern can do. Let's see what Jason Peters can do. It's too much switching, and no, that ain't the way I would talk. I got some coaches there, Coach Breedlove, Coach Marv in here. I mean, that's not the way we doing. You don't switch out. You let your offensive line get the continuity. I mean, like that. You don't do all that. You can put it like, I see you, Steven. You putting the 3 tight ends down and 2 tight ends. That's tight ends. I'm talking about offensive line. Yeah. Dak Prescott would be so much better. JD is absolutely right. Dak Prescott will be better against Chicago Bears than he was this week. He just getting back, y'all. I wish y'all would stop it. Just getting back. He's gonna play. All right. I've done all my diatribe. Y'all come on. Phone lines are open. Y'all see it on the screen there. Podbean is there. Podbean, you know what to do. I just get Coach Marv is just there. All right, let's see what's going on. I think I got the one and only Coach Marv in the house. I think he in there.
What's going on, Big?
There he is. Coach.
All right, what's going on, Big Show?
I'm trying to do the best I can.
Hey, I got as usual, man. Your commentary was spot on, man, and I want to speak about a couple of issues. Run game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've been, I look at tape. I look at our run game. I was concerned about our run game. Well, I had to evaluate and go through our run game, and then I had to evaluate what type of defense we have. As my evaluation, I see that we Quinn plays a lot with our speed. We do a lot of slant. We do a lot of slants. Very rarely we take on we're not a 2-gap type team. And what I mean by 2-gap, we very, very rarely take guys on head up and shed and work right or left. Um, we do a lot of stunts in our pass rush as well as in our run game, um, which sometimes gets us out of place, and sometimes our players sometimes get a little bit more of taking sides and trying to work the speed. We had a lot of that this week with Carlos Watson, because Carlos Watson is that he played a lot in there, and he definitely doesn't take on blocks real well. He's definitely a guy to try to work with his speed and try to take sides and try to get by guys, and sometimes that gets him in a lot of trouble. He's not a real physical guy. He could make a play here and there, but for like an every down player, he gets in trouble with that. Trying to take sides.
Yeah.
Same thing with Osa, with our middle people. But that type uh, of defensive lineman can work, but what it runs into a problem is if you don't have solid linebackers who are aggressive type linebackers that read well and attack the line of scrimmage. I heard you say about LVE. He has made some plays.
Yeah.
Some of the plays he made is anybody could have made those. Those plays were just there for him to fall into. But as when you look at him totality, he stands in one spot.
Yeah.
He lines 5 yards off the ball.
He get caught up in a lot of trash too, Coach.
Because he doesn't move.
Yeah, he get caught up in a lot of trash. That's what I've seen.
There's two ways you get out of trash. You see it and attack it and get up underneath it. You see it and attack it and you go through it. But if you stand there, you end up making tackles 5, 6, 7 yards down the field. And majority of his tackles are 5, 6, 7 yards down the field because he doesn't play forward. He plays from side to side, and he's not fast to get from sideline to sideline because he's not aggressive to attack. I tell anybody who watched all 22, if you watch all 22, you will always see that he always lines up farther back than any of the linebackers. When Parsons back there with him, or even Anthony Barr. Anthony Barr is a guy that likes to try to line up inside within 3.5 yards because he's an attack guy. But Anthony Barr is all his career has been a part-time middle linebacker, but more of a edge guy, setting the edge type outside linebacker. Will that can force things in. He plays middle linebacker here and there, but not did it on a full-time basis.
Yeah.
And his wheels are gone a little bit. He can see things sometimes, but I don't think his speed level with his years and probably some leg injuries, his speed thing of attacking things that he sees, Father Time has gotten him a little bit. When he sees things, he cannot attack them as well. And that's why I think a young, aggressive linebacker, and I've said this about our linebackers, with the multitude of talent that we have on our team defense, you don't want the middle linebacker to be, he don't have to be cerebral. He just have to see it,
respond,
and regardless, and go. Because if he doesn't get there, he's going to disrupt it enough because of our speed. We're going to be able to get off blocks, and we're going to corral it because we got speed to get off blocks when sometimes we're out of position. But if we have a linebacker that doesn't go and get it, it makes us look a little bit vulnerable, and it makes us look bad. And so that's why I'm saying, if we see some of the plays that if we had a monster hitter, and that's the other thing with LVE is which is horrible. He's making plays, but he's not hitting anybody.
He ain't ever been physical like that.
Yeah, and that is one of that's what that gets me so perplexed, because that is the one of the mantras of the defense of being physical
Mm-hmm.
and tackling and being physical with the tackling. And he's one of the softest tackling guys that I have ever seen at 6'4", 230 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
But that's my thing with him. And I think that the run game is gonna be good, but it can get better. I hear you what you say about Sue. But again, a linebackers and defensive line work hand in hand.
Yeah.
That's what makes good run teams. Great linemen that don't get pushed back but hold up 2 blocks and have linebackers that attack the line of scrimmage, so you cannot combo. If you hold that block this a tad 1/2 a second too late, the middle linebacker has read it and he's gotten up underneath and made the play. But with LVE and with his slowness, if you don't, you can hold it a second and more than a second because he hadn't moved. So he, like you say, get caught in the trash because he's not seeing it, diagnosing it, and going.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why he's getting caught in the trash, because he's reacting. Both of them are reacting too slow.
Yeah.
So that's my point on LVE. Going into the game yesterday, I wanted to point out thing. I think you may have heard us on the live show that I did with Boss Cowboy, doing every game. I have not been on Anthony Brown all year. But Anthony Brown yesterday, game performance was horrible. And I'm going to tell you why I say that. See, a lot of people look at defensive backs and the first thing they come in and say, well, man, how many balls they caught on. I take it from 2 coaches in the art of coaching that they taught, and when I was coaching, I said the same thing or like the same thing. But they said the first thing they look at a defensive back, Bill Belichick and Nick Saban, if he could tackle.
Mm-hmm.
And Anthony Brown's tackling yesterday was horrible.
Yeah.
And I'm not one of those guys that look at one play and say, okay, you look horrible in one play, then I say, well, I judge you for the rest of the game. I'm talking about on 5 or 6 occasions where his attacking the ball carrier and making a tackle was horrible. And I say that because of this, well, a defensive back big show. You're not going to stop guys from catching footballs on you all day.
No.
There's no defensive back in the NFL that's going to stop a slant or a well-timed route.
Mm-hmm.
If the quarterback is on time with the ball and you playing defense and he gets the ball in the right spot, you're not going to stop the catch. If somebody says that the defense back is going to stop catches like that, they're lying. Mm-hmm. You're not going to stop the catch. But when you have run support, or there is a short pass in front of you, or they're attacking you with little flares with the running back, or they're attacking the outside perimeter and they're coming to the weak side and you got run support. That's just you and that guy, and you have to attack it and slow it down. You cannot whiff on it because that gives up 4 or 5 extra yards.
Yeah.
And sometimes, as in the Philadelphia game, our poor tackling on the perimeter gave up a touchdown.
Yeah. Yep.
So those are the things that I look at, and when I see it 3 or 4 or 5 times where it looks like you nursing an injury because you're diving at guys' legs and you're diving at guys that are receivers or running backs, that tells me you're not playing physical. And when you're not playing physical, that can be a liability because now teams going to start doing, and I can see the next team come out and they're going to start throwing hitches out there and see if you can tackle us out there. And if you can't tackle us, those could turn into 6
quickly.
So that's one of the things that I really think that our tackling from Anthony Brown was bad. Again, Curse, you're right about Curse. Curse is playing okay, not playing nowhere near what he was before. But I think the knee injury, he's still trying to come off that knee injury. He looks a little heavy.
Yeah.
to me because he probably kept a lot more weight because he knew he was going to be playing up and closer to the line of scrimmage. They really attacked him yesterday with the tight end because it seemed like he was a little bit unsure with a lot of these routes, and they kind of attacked him. And I hope he understands that and work on that where we can get him better at the tight end coverage because teams are searching to try to find out what's going on with his defense.
Yeah.
And the last thing with the defense, and I'm going to get a couple things about the offense, but the last thing with the defense,
Ooh.
our depth is our saving grace with our defense. And I'm saying our defense is great, is very good if we get teams into what we want and we get them into playing into our hands. But I think our depth is our saving grace because of the fact our offense has not been efficient enough to get time possession. 6 games, we have lost time possession game. We're averaging time possession for the team is averaging 31 to almost 32 minutes of ball control against us. That's not because our third down defense is bad. Our third down defense is one of the tops in the league.
Yep.
It's because our offense time possession and consistently getting first downs has allowed our defense to be on the field. And I believe a lot of our questions, maybe with our run game, as well as our defensive breakdowns, is that our rotations on defense are more because Quinn knows at this particular time he cannot allow certain people to stay on the field on that maybe might be better at certain things because he understands that we're going to be on the field for 31 minutes and he has to try to keep them fresh. So it's our defense is going to get even better with the more efficient of our offense being able to control the time possession. If we control the ball 32 minutes a game, you're going to see a defense that's epic.
Yeah.
But if we don't, that's going to hurt us. Now with the offense, Big Show, you're so right. I mean, Kellen did get a little bit better with the play call, and some things that I'm still perplexed with. I've been screaming for this, not the last couple of weeks. I've been screaming about throwing the ball to the flats and doing drop off passes to the running backs in the flats, Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard, probably since week 1, probably going in back to training camp, because I understand that is a very good way to alleviate some of the receiver problems we have, as well as changing coverages because you'll make teams now have to respect the flats and the running backs on their one-on-one, and you will have to corral those guys, and you'll get very nervous of putting one-on-one guy out there. And it has not. I think the only time we have thrown to the backs is that, except for that one play we threw to Tony Pollard, which got 20 yards down the goal line, and we threw one in Washington game. We threw the ball the first play to Ezekiel Elliott, he got 35 yards.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a planned play. Sometimes you have to make it a planned play that you snap the ball, sneak the running back out, look down the field, and you automatically know you're going to drop the ball off to the running back. And that way, that will leave it. Plus, that would give us first downs. It would keep us in front of the chains. But I think with this team, I think we need to give kudos to one other team that's really one team on this Cowboy team that has really kept us in the games and has dominated this year. Our special teams has been outstanding.
Not about it.
Our punt return, our kickoff coverage, our field goal unit.
Exactly.
We have blocked the field goal. We have blocked punts. We have had great returns. Our special teams has helped this team greatly. Mm-hmm. And if we can get our offense to be a little bit more, to think more first downs, that's what I want to tell this offense. Let's start thinking more first downs and big plays to come. Yeah. That's why I always tell people, think first downs, right? Big plays come. I remember I had coached a little baseball one time, and I used to tell guys when they were playing baseball, I said, listen, think line drive first and home runs will come. Think like in basketball, think about scoring first and then the threes and all that'll come. Same thing with this offense. Let's get first downs, and then with this offensive line, it'll start making teams press, and big plays will come. But Cowboy fans, we got a good football team. And do we really want to be playing at ultimate level right now? Yes, we want to have these questions right now. But while we having questions, while we got people out, while we had our quarterback out, we are in a good spot. Only thing we want to do is get to 6-2, get to the bye week, get even a little bit more healthier, and get more focused. And we want to be playing our best ball coming November, December, January, and especially February.
No doubt about it. I appreciate you, Coach, as always. Thank you so
I
much, man.
appreciate you, Big Show.
All right,
Keep
man.
pushing, brother.
All right, man. All right. That was the one and only Coach Mar. Always comes in with plenty of knowledge, as y'all can hear. Shouldn't be no surprise by now. Coach Marv has been doing an outstanding job with my brother, Boss Cowboy, and his crew in watch party games. You can find him with him as well. Coach Marv, who has coached the game, knows what he's talking about, as you can hear. And a lot of things that he's been asking for, they slowly but surely are coming around to do it. He said that on multiple shows of mine. I know he said it on Boss's show as well. There are just certain simple things that had not been implemented on the offense at all. That is so simple that everybody else does. I mean, I've always said since I live here in Memphis, I was here when Tony Pollard went to the University of Memphis, so I got to see firsthand how did Memphis use him. They used him like you think he was Debo Samuel before Debo Samuel. Tony Pollard would line up as a wide receiver. He would line up as a slot receiver. He would line up as a running back. He would line up he would motion out of the backfield to go line up as a slot. I mean, he was everywhere. He was catching bubble screens, regular screens. They would use him as a matchup piece where he motioned out and he's one-on-one with a linebacker in the slot. I don't even have to tell you how many times Memphis used to light him up. So this is we hadn't figured that out, y'all, man. Appreciate you, Steven. I think you leaving here. I appreciate you for popping in on me. Phone line is open real quick. I'm gonna take one more call and then I'm gonna get out of here. If y'all don't call in, then I'm just gonna leave. It's really the same thing, y'all. How much does Kellen Moore stay committed to the running game? It's following the same footsteps of last year. Lost to Tampa. Last year, starting off, ran off about 6 in a row. This year, we lost to Tampa again. Guess what? We lost to Philly, but we're running games off now. It's the same formula. It's the same thing. Last year, they say we was running the ball down people's throat. Guess what? That's what we're doing now. And then all of a sudden, he caught an amnesia pill. He forgot about the running game. That's when we started struggling. That's why I ain't, I be on pins and needles over here because I just believe that if sooner or later, I hope I'm wrong, I do, but I just believe Kellen Moore's going to turn back into Kellen Moore. He just can't help himself. He's going to have Dak Prescott back there, and we're going to get very irritated by seeing Dak Prescott throwing between 35 and 40 times a game. You're going to look down and see Ezekiel Elliott only carried the ball 10 to 11, and Pollard only got it 5. That's the Kellen Moore that I'm used to. I hope he's changed. I really, really do. I'm not gonna say, oh, he's complete. I'm not doing it. I'm not falling for the Kool-Aid here. I'm not. I'm gonna take it game by game. I hope that he does the same thing in Chicago. I really do. Chicago have a little bit more of a style of a defense, but they can be ran on as well. New England is doing it tonight. They're running well on them. I've been peeping up here looking at the game. I'm seeing Stevenson gash Chicago. I'm seeing it. I'm watching it. So I don't see why we can't do the same either. So it's really the same broken record with me. Can Kellen Moore stay consistent? Can he do that? Right, that's my only question. If he does, we're gonna win a lot of football games. We are. Time of possession is big. Yesterday we didn't have that many 3-and-outs, so except those first couple drives. We can't afford 3-and-outs like we did against Philadelphia, and expect us to my defense to stay number one energized because they're on the field for so long. Of course they're gonna get scored on then because they tired. We got to sustain drives. That's what we have to do. We have to sustain drives. Kellen Moore is at the heart of that by his play calling. That's my only question, y'all. It's the same question I'm gonna have Saturday when y'all see me again. I'm gonna have the same question. Can Kellen Moore stay consistent and committed to running the football because everything else is going to work off of that. All the play action game, all the one-on-ones, you ain't got necessarily to run on first down. I'm not saying you're supposed to not let Dak throw, but if they line up in an 8-man box, don't pull the thing out, you can pass it. That I trust Dak in that situation. If he got one-on-one, I expect Lamb to be beat some folks. I expect Lamb to beat people. I do. I expect Gallup to win some one-on-ones. I do. And Noah Brown, other than the fumble this week, Noah Brown has been solid this whole season. I mean, Noah Brown is also one of them names that deserves a lot of credit as well. He's been incredibly solid. So it's the same thing with me. I ain't worried about Dan Quinn. We know what Dan Quinn gonna do. This defense, you ain't got to worry about that. We ready. All this running around, and I'm looking at Justin Fields doing right now. Please, he look okay, okay. Justin Fields like to run the ball, huh? Okay, we'll see. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate all y'all. Y'all see how y'all can keep how you contribute to the show. It's all there for you. These are the channels that you see on the ticker that you can follow. If you're not following me on my YouTube channel, which is the channel that I'm really trying to bring up, I hope that you will subscribe to that. It is the Big Time Show on YouTube. If you don't mind, you do me a favor and go to that and just subscribe. It won't cost you nothing. Turn on those bells. Turn on that bell there that you'll get me, give you notification when I go live. That way, if you want to watch me on YouTube, you can do that as well. But if you don't mind, if you're not following me on YouTube, I would appreciate it so much if you did that. Other ways that you can support the podcast is right there on the ticker. There the Cash App is. If you want to do a subscription where you get it taken out monthly out of your bank account, you set the price. It's the Big Time Show 3.supercast.com. The Big Time Show 3.supercast.com. That is the way that you can contribute monthly. If you trust your boy like this, I would appreciate it. Thank you so much. Listen, we're about to get out of here. Y'all have a good evening. Thank y'all for hanging with me. I'm tired for some reason. I'm tired now. I've had a very rough day. My leg is incredibly swollen. I had to get a shot today in my knee, and so I'm battling right now, y'all. I'll be fine. It ain't hard to sit in front of a microphone and do all that. Now, however, when I get up here, I may need some help walking. You understand? But until then, listen, I'll see you guys Saturday. My son may have a football game game. I don't know exactly what time that is, but I will be with you Saturday. As for now, I'll see you Saturday at 3 p.m. Central Time. 3 p.m. Central Time. I will see you guys Saturday. We're getting out of here. I need some of y'all to clap your hands. Y'all know how do we leave out of here. Come on, clap your hands. Give me the clap emojis because you know what's getting ready to come. You know we groove our way out of here. I need to see it. Somebody. I don't have many people on my crowd. Done left me. I guess I was too long right now. I get it. I think I got about 3 people on. Somebody needs to let me see a clap emoji real quick. I don't know who it's gonna be, but somebody need to do it. Let's go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. That's how we leave here. That's how we leave here. I got one on the Big Time Show page. Whoever you are, I got somebody on Twitch. Then I got somebody on the YouTube channel. Give me those clap emojis real quick. Come on now. Come on. I can't do a leave until y'all show me at least one time now. Come on. Come on now. If you're on Podbean, let me see the clap emojis. If you're on Podbean, if you're listening to this on Pandora or whatever, even though I'm not live with you right now, go ahead and clap anyway. All right, y'all gonna make me work by myself. Okay, that's fine. All right, I'll clap. I'll clap. All right, I appreciate y'all. Thanks for hanging with me. Thanks for hanging with me, y'all. Thanks for hanging with me. I'm out of here. We'll see you Saturday at 3 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Big Time Show.